Graduating class and who will represent our MSW program across all formats. Please join me now in welcoming Lara Badain from our online program.
Good afternoon, esteemed faculty, Dean Jones, graduates, family, and friends. I'm Lara Badain. I've been a part-time online student since fall of 2021. I am deeply honored to have been chosen by my peers to share my thoughts and vision and to represent not just the online cohort, but all campus programs collectively. My father went to college not too far from here in New Haven, Connecticut. He came from a very modest background in Brooklyn, New York, where my grandfather was a high school phys ed teacher and my grandmother was a librarian. My father was an exceptional student, especially in mathematics, and he won a full scholarship to Yale. While my father was brilliant, he also had multiple undiagnosed and untreated mental health issues. In his freshman year at college, he contemplated suicide. He called his parents, who were understandably shaken. My grandfather got in his car and drove from Brooklyn to New Haven in the middle of the night. When he arrived, my father was okay, but he desperately needed help. And notwithstanding the fact that he never got that help, he managed to graduate from college. He met my mother, they got married, and they had 2 children, myself and my younger brother, Mark. After years of therapy, I have come to understand that much of what shaped me, what shapes all of us as people, occurred as a result of the environment in which we grew up. For me, lots of instability and dysfunction led to an anxiety disorder and depression, which then led to self-medication and other self-destructive behaviors. Like my father, in spite of myself, I managed to graduate from the University of Rochester. I went to law school, and I've been practicing law for the last 30 years. I see some of you are doing the math. Unlike my father, however, I understood the need for help. To be fair, it was far more stigmatized back in his young adulthood than in mine. After engaging with a few clinicians who were not a good fit, I finally found her, my mentor, my lifeline, the supreme purveyor of truth. And I think she's watching the live stream.
Yeah, I'm here.
My therapist, Alice.
Oh.
Over the last 2+ decades, Alice took an insecure underachiever and propelled me towards a once elusive concept of self-love. I don't have the time to chronicle our journey. However, suffice to say, it is a long game. I've gotten better at playing it over the years, but it definitely can still throw some curveballs. My experience with Alice fostered a passion to help people the way she helped me, and it is what led me to pursue this degree. While lawyering is a way to help people, we are problem solvers after all, it is a different kind of help. I wanted to learn how to help people love and respect themselves, because truly it is the holy grail of this life. We are all here because we want to help make this world a better place, whether it is one patient or one macro policy revolution at a time. We have all learned so much in these last few years. For me, it is my hope to take what we've learned and pay it back, to be someone's Alice. Now, I didn't want the speech to be about my age. Obviously, it isn't any secret. I'm one of the elder stateswomen of the cohort. But it occurred to me that it's important to highlight the fact that my window is a lot smaller than most of yours. Don't get me wrong, I'm the present, I have some time, I intend to make a difference, but most of you are the future. You have your whole careers ahead of you to make a positive impact and truly change the world. Heaven knows in these unprecedented times, the skills and knowledge you have gained here, coupled with your innate sense of humanity, you are needed now more than ever. I leave you with a parable that I find inspiring. You may be familiar with it, as it has been around in various forms. I think it has its origins in the 12-step philosophy. I first heard it on The West Wing, one of my favorite shows, and now I'm really dating myself. The West Wing never avoided the big issues of our time: racism, misogyny, war, capital punishment, you name it, they took it on. Besides the superb writing, what has always struck me about the show is not just that they chose to confront these issues, but that they did so with sincerity and compassion. In the Christmas episode of the second season, they took on mental health and what it's like to struggle through life's curveballs. Specifically, the character Josh, the deputy chief of staff, is struggling with PTSD after having been shot at the end of the first season. While he's doing well physically, his boss and his secretary both notice that he's recently become alarmingly dysregulated. They arrange for Josh to see a therapist. Afterwards, he has a conversation with his boss, Leo, and Leo shares the following poignant parable with Josh. This guy's walking down the street when he falls into a hole. The walls are so steep, he can't get out. A doctor passes by, yells up, "Doctor, I'm stuck down in this hole. Can you help me out?" Doctor writes out a prescription, throws it down in the hole, and moves on. Then a priest comes by. "Father, I'm stuck down in this hole. Can you help me out?" Priest writes out a prayer, throws it down in the hole, and moves on. Then a friend walks by. "Hey, Joe, it's me. Can you help me out?" And the friend jumps in the hole. Our guy says, "Are you stupid? Now we're both down here." And the friend says, "Yeah, but I've been down here before, and I know the way out." As long as we continue to do our work and embrace our self-care, we will be better able to show our clients and our communities the way out. I would be remiss if I didn't thank the university, this tremendous renowned program, and all of its faculty and staff. Thank you to Dean Jones for your leadership and kindness. Thank you to my cohort in particular. I want to shout out Adina and Kristen, who couldn't be here today, and Grace and Ariana, who are here. I love you guys. And meeting you has made this whole experience all the more worthwhile. I want to thank my family who couldn't make it here. My mom down in Florida, my brother Mark and sister-in-law Amy, my nephew Zach in Las Vegas, all my family and friends in Rochester, New York. I want to thank my family who are here today. They came to Boston to celebrate. My in-laws, Johnny and Mary Jo, my stepdaughter, Nicole, my niece, Allie, and my nephew, Bernie. But most of all, I want to thank my partner of the last 14 years, my dearest Jay, whose love, generosity, humor, and talent inspire me every day. And of course, thanks to all of you for selecting me to represent you today as your speaker. It has been my honor and privilege. And I wish you all great happiness, success, and most importantly, lots of self-love. Thank you.
Oh, she did so good, honey. She did so good. It was great. Oh, good job. Good job, Laura.
Thank you so much, Laura, for those inspiring remarks. Your words show us clearly the power of social work. It's now time to announce